Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Aika. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I will be talking about my LASIK experience. I got LASIK surgery done 2 weeks ago, and I would like to share my experience with you all, whether you are looking into the subject for the future, or you have already scheduled yourself LASIK surgery and you just want to know what to expect. Regardless, I really hope you find this video helpful, and let's begin. So let me just begin with telling you my story about my vision. Ever since I was a little baby, my mom was told that I would have vision complications as I grew older, and I am not sure why that is. I don't think it's hereditary because my parents' vision is okay. My mom's vision has only gotten worse in the last few years, but her entire life, like my father and my mother, they had good vision. So my grandparents, like, I don't have anyone in the family who has had really bad vision, so I don't think that was hereditary. It just could have been something I was born with. I'm not sure. So I remember having bad vision when I went to, I think, first or second grade, because I remember not seeing clearly from the desk of what the teacher was writing. So, but back then I wasn't sure that that was an issue or that was a problem, because I was still a child. So I started noticing, maybe like going in grade 4, that it was causing problems because clearly I couldn't see from the board. So yeah, that was complicating my school life, and I told my mom, and we went and we checked my eyes, and turned out I was suffering from nearsightedness, which means that you can't really see from far, but you can see from near. So I was prescribed glasses. As any kid in school, obviously I was ashamed of them, so on my way to school I would wear them, and then during during class I would take them off and hide them and pretend I could see. You know, that was really foolish of me, but I was a child. So anyway, so that's a little backstory, and my vision has been progressing over the years, ever since I was prescribed glasses. So it was inevitable for me to look into LASIK in the future anyways, but I wasn't planning to get it done this soon, and I will explain why I got it done 2 weeks ago. So I hated glasses, so I started wearing contact lenses. Contacts was the best thing for me. I really loved them. They never caused me any type of like discomfort or anything like that. I got used to them right away. I started wearing them on a daily basis, and I kind of forgot about my glasses completely. I would only wear glasses whenever I took out my contacts at night for about 20 minutes or so before going to bed. Other than that, I was wearing contacts 24/7 all the time. And as you know, for to get contacts, you're supposed to go to see your eye doctor every now and then to check on your vision. So my last vision check was in 2019 actually. Yes, I was pretty bad with that, and the vision was, I think, -7, if that tells you anything. So that was kind of shocking. I think the contacts that were prescribed to me were for 6.5. So I wore those contacts. I actually bought like a whole bunch, so the supply was good for about 2.5 years. So I wore contacts again. I didn't really notice any type of anything with my with my vision, because I would wear contacts all the time and I saw perfectly clear with contacts. And yeah, so fast forward to 2022, I planned a trip back home. The main reason I actually planned this trip back home was to see my mom, but aside from that, I wanted to see how my health was doing. I wanted to do the regular checkup. I wanted to fix my teeth. By fixing my teeth, I mean I had done deep cleaning and 4 fillings, and I also wanted to check my vision to buy more contacts from back home, like a huge supply, and just bring them here to the United States. Our healthcare back home in Kazakhstan is pretty good, so I would say any type of clinic you go to, they always try to do their best to give you the best answers and best results. And yeah, so I went back home, and I am back now actually in the United States. So back home in Kazakhstan, in my city Almaty, where I'm from, I go in to this very nice clinic by my mom's recommendation. Guys, I am here at this clinic. It's called Astana Vision. This is a clinic where I'll be checking my vision and seeing if I'm a candidate for LASIK. So there you go. We made an appointment for tomorrow. I'm really excited to see. This wasn't really my plan, but my vision's pretty bad, so I was thinking why not. So yeah, it's very nice out, pretty hot. Here you go. And I go and check my eyes. Now that clinic, they took their sweet time checking my eyes. I have never had such a thorough checkup on my eyes done before, so that was a bit weird, but I knew they were doing their best and that was supposed to be done. I would say that some parts of the checkup were pretty uncomfortable and just pretty annoying to my eyes, but I knew it had to be done in order to see how my eyes were doing. So when they did the check, they actually looked at my eyes from like I don't know, they used like 5 or 6 different computers. I had to keep going to this area of the room and then that area and that area, and then they took pictures and they did the exam and all of that. So when I go to the consultation with the doctor, she tells me that my vision has gotten way worse and that one of the eyes was -8.5 and the other one was -9. When I heard that news, it shocked me, obviously. I did not expect that at all because, as I said, I was wearing my contacts daily and I didn't even notice any type of, you know, discomfort or like I was seeing worse or anything like that. So that really shocked me. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure? Can you double check? She's like, yes, we're sure. We did a very thorough testing and this is the result. So we do LASIK here, and that's I forgot to mention, this is not just a regular eye doctor, it's like a whole clinic that specializes in eye correction surgery. So obviously I wanted to know if I was a candidate, and she said I was a candidate for FEMTO-LASIK only, and I know they provided 3, I don't want to lie, but I think it was 3 more different LASIK types, different types of LASIK surgery. I know there's a smile and there's 2 more. So FEMTO-LASIK was the only one I was qualified for. Of surgery that I got done was it's called FEMTO-LASIK. So FEMTO-LASIK is one of the most effective and advanced computer control technologies in refractive surgery. FEMTO-LASIK is a form of LASIK used to correct vision problems, including nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism, by way of deploying a laser on the cornea. The previous traditional LASIK involves a blade to create an opening on the corneal surface and uses lasers to reshape the lens in the eye, allowing it to refract light onto the retina to create a clearer picture. Due to the use of mechanical blade, which could make irregular flaps or incomplete cuts, it might potentially lead to post-surgery complications and irregular astigmatism. Whereas FEMTO-LASIK, also known as bladeless LASIK or all laser LASIK, LASIK does not use the blade. Instead, it substitutes blade for a femtosecond laser and uses an excimer laser to correct the refractive conditions. Due to the high precision and safety of the FEMTO-LASIK method, it allows the ophthalmologist to tailor the procedure according to the characteristics and vision problem of each individual patient. And if you're wondering how FEMTO-LASIK is done, when performing FEMTO-LASIK, the ophthalmologist uses 2 types of lasers, which are femtosecond laser and excimer laser. Femtosecond laser emits ultra short pulses to create a small flap in the cornea and prepare its surface for the next step. The vision correction is then conducted through an excimer laser. So anyways, This was exactly what was done to my eyes, and again, I was told I could only qualify for this particular LASIK type surgery. I know they also do SMILE, and I know a lot of people get that surgery done, so I'm not sure of the difference, but I just looked into FEMTO-LASIK just because that was the surgery that was performed on my eyes. And she had to go and consult two eye surgeons actually on the condition of one of my eyes, because they said that they found something in the back of the eye. Again, I'm not really sure what it was, but both of the surgeons said that wouldn't be an issue, but the issue that I have has to be looked after year after year. You know, they actually couldn't stress enough how much of importance it was to care for your eyes as you would care for any other body part. So yeah, that was said by my doctor, and I was actually very, very, very scared to get the LASIK done. I don't know why. So my fears were actually obviously based on that it was the first main surgery in my life. I have never had any type of surgeries done before. This was the first one. And obviously I was scared. I wasn't sure what the result would be, because I know there's many other people who go get LASIK done, but their eye vision is way better. Their eye health condition is way better, and etc, etc. So I was just scared out of my mind. Because they started listing different risks associated with the surgery. Even though I have not heard anyone complain about getting LASIK done, I still was pretty scared in the room talking to the doctor. And she actually took me up to the second floor, I think, to talk to the surgeon himself who would be performing the surgery. And the doctor was actually very, very qualified. Like, he was an older man who has had like 30+ years of experience, I believe. So they reassured me I was in good hands. But my fears were mostly about the recovery process, because I knew I would get the surgery done back home, but then I had to travel to the United States to come back to my usual life, work routine, you know. I work long hours as well, so I was kind of scared about the recovery process. So that was my main fear. I was like, okay, what if something goes wrong? Like, what do I do? You know, I can't contact you because it's in a different country and it's very far. And they said, you know what, just to reassure you, we do have people traveling from all kinds of countries, and they come to us and they get the LASIK done and they travel back home, and they have never had any type of complications whatsoever. So he said, of course the decision is yours, but I just wanted to let you know that you're in good hands. You know, you don't have to be scared. These are just the risks that we have to go through with you, as with any patient. So anyways, to tell you I was scared is an understatement. I was freaking out. Plus, I was very shocked by the eye exam result. I wasn't expecting my eye vision to be that bad. And also, I don't know if you know this, but many doctors, eye doctors, say that if you do the surgery before you are 40 years old, there is a higher chance of good result and good recovery. And if you do it after you're 40, that it's a bit tougher. I am not sure about the details, but yes. So they do recommend getting the surgery done as early as possible. So let's go to the day of the surgery. And another small detail, I was wearing my contacts, as I said, and when I came to the exam, I did mention that I was wearing my contacts, and they said, oh, no, for this type of exam and for LASIK in the future, if you do decide to go with the surgery, you have to be off contacts for at least a week, which kind of shocked me. I wasn't aware of this. I wasn't told this when I was signing up for the consultation, so that was a bit confusing. But I had to go home, take off my contacts, and wait a few days to go back for the exam, and then I had to be off contacts for a full week to actually have the surgery performed. So there's that. And I don't like wearing my glasses, so when I wore my glasses, they would dig in the back of the ear over here and just give me headaches. So yeah, that was something. So we scheduled the surgery to be done on Monday at 10:30 a.m. I go into the clinic, and I would have actually filmed everything and vlogged, but I was so nervous that the camera was the last thing I was thinking about. Even though I feel like I would have loved to show you the clinic and the staff, they were amazing. The clinic was so like well equipped. They had the best professionals working there, so that kind of put me at ease, even though I was still scared. But me being scared had nothing to do with them. It just was everything to do with me, because I knew I would be traveling alone. I would have like two large suitcases that I would have to carry. I would have to go back to work right away, and just all those fears about recovery again. So the day of surgery, we come in, they recommended me to take a shower that day early in the morning, like wash my hair, but I could not put any type of perfume or creams or anything like that, which also perfume was the last thing I would think about on surgery day. So obviously I followed all the instructions. I didn't put anything on. I did shower, I washed my hair, and I had nothing on my face. And I go to the clinic with my mom and my aunt. She was in town to come see me, so it was a really good like a support system there. So the three of us get a taxi and we go to the clinic. We get there, obviously they get the payment from us. They give me like I sign a couple of papers, and then they gave me a badge and a bracelet, and they told me just to go have a seat and that they would call me in shortly. And when I went in, I had to go in without my glasses, so they kept the glasses. They told me to bring like sunglasses. I also got my sunglasses and a hat, which I brought with me as well. And I go into the waiting room right before the like the surgery room, the operation room. And obviously I can't see anything. My vision is so bad. I'm not wearing my glasses, and there were about 4 to 5 people in the room with me waiting. So someone came out of the surgery room, and they were sat down in the back of the room where it was a bit dark, and they had to just sit and relax for about 5 to 10 minutes before leaving. So we started asking him questions, and he was like, hey, that was nothing, don't you guys worry, it was pretty good. So I go ahead and ask him, hey, what was your vision? What was it before the surgery? He says like, oh, it was negative 3.5. Someone else goes like, oh, mine's negative 5. The other person says mine is negative 2. And I'm like, OMG, I am the only one here in this room who has a vision of negative 9 or 8.5 in one of my eyes. So that really made me kind of scared. But again, I was like, okay, calm down, calm down. I was, taking deep breaths. And so the whole wait time for me to go into the surgery room was about 30 minutes. In those 30 minutes, I was freaking out and trying to calm down. It was just this whole battle going on. But at the end, I was like, you know what, this is for your health. You're doing the right thing. And just calm down, everything will be okay, So when my turn came up, they set me in a chair. They put some eye drops in my eyes, and they went over, like, she told me to close my eyes, one of the nurses there. I closed my eyes, and she went over the eyes with like a cotton ball dipped in something. I'm not sure if it was like a disinfectant type thing. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, and she told me not to touch my eyes, not to do anything like that, and just patiently wait. So I waited with the eye drops in my eyes for about 5 minutes, I would say. Then they call me in. So I go into the surgery room, and the surgeon is there, and he has the whole equipment thing done, and then there's one bed. So I go into the bed. Before that, obviously, they gave me the hospital gown, they gave me slippers. I had to take my shoes off. And he starts with one eye. Oh, and the surgeon did ask me how I was doing, and I said, hey, I'm doing great, I'm just a bit scared. And he's like, hey, I'd be scared too, that's normal. As long as you're doing good today, as long as you're in good mood, that's all I need to know. So yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm all good. So they lay me down. I lay down on the bed, the hospital, the surgery bed or whatever. And they start to, because obviously your eyes have to be open, so they do put something in to keep your eye open. I don't know what that thing is called. But anyways, that part was not uncomfortable at all. I didn't feel anything. Like, it was really good. I was a bit scared because my eyes are very, very sensitive to light on their own, like generally. So when I'm outside, I always try to wear sunglasses to like not, you know, make my eyes red and teary. So I was kind of scared that they would get teary like that and red and irritated from the laser light. But the whole surgery, let me tell you, they did one eye first, they prepped one eye, they moved to the second eye, then they went back and they did the surgery on this eye, and then they did it on the second eye. So all in all, that whole procedure took max 5 minutes, which was kind of relieving and shocking at the same time. I was told it would be maximum of 15 minutes, but it was 5 minutes at most. 5 minutes at most, guys. Like, it I feel like he was like talking and explaining things, so that took up most of the time. The surgery process itself was literally like 2 minutes per eye. So and I had both of my eyes done at the same day, which I know my aunt who got the surgery done 2 years ago, and she's a bit older. Obviously, she was in her 50s when she got it done. She had to wait a month. She did the first eye, then she had to wait a month to go back and do the second eye, and the whole process was way more complicated. And when she was sharing her experience with me, I was like, oh my god, you know, like, I was getting worked up and scared. But they did do both of the eyes at the same time, so that was pretty good. And so that was the day of surgery. And then I go out, the surgeon tells me not to touch this area of the eyes. And the first thing that I did when I opened my eyes, the first thing that I saw, it was a bit blurry. Of course, they do tell you it would be blurry, but it was blurry. That was expected. But I could see like sharp images of things, which, like, if you have bad vision, you know what I'm talking about. When you wear your glasses, you know, it just gets, or your contact, and then when you take it out, obviously you can't see, it's all blurry. So me, I keep seeing like these sharp images. I was like, oh my god, what am I already seeing clear? Like, that was mind-blowing to me. They walk me out, they give me a little bag with 2 eye drops in the bag, and a paper, instructions printed on a piece of paper. And the nurse tells me, you know, obviously don't like touch your eyes right now, just have a seat, you know, like, relax, close your eyes. You'll be here for about 5 to 10 minutes before you actually can get up and leave. So that part took a long time, the waiting part in the beginning, and then the waiting part after the surgery. But the surgery itself was super quick. And anyways, I was impressed by the time. Yeah, so if you guys are scared about that part, don't be. The whole I did not feel a thing. The whole surgery process was pretty easy. Again, I wasn't scared of that part. I'm not scared of like these little things. I'm more scared about the recovery process and how uncomfortable I would be afterwards. So I thought that I would probably be like sensitive to light and being uncomfortable with the whole eyes, or like couldn't see clear for a few days. That was kind of scary. But yeah, so I go out, they give me this little bag. She tries to explain that I have to be very careful with the eye area. I can't touch it, I can't rub my eyes, obviously. I can't like close them like this, you know. I have to be very gentle, and not take a shower that day, to not let anything get into my eyes, and to make sure I use those eye drops every 2 to 3 hours. And I had to rotate. I have to put in 2 eye drops, but I had to give it about 5-minute break between each drop. So yeah, that was that. I go home. I am super sensitive to light that day. The walk from and actually that waiting room and the surgery room were pretty dark, which was good to my eyes. But when I went out, it was all the lights hitting my eyes right away, right after surgery. That was something else. I couldn't open my eyes. I felt like I wanted to sneeze, you know. So I do put on my sunglasses, and I put up a cap that I brought with me. I put it on my face, like I wanted just to cover my face completely. I didn't want any light getting near my eyes. So we go out, the taxi was already waiting there, and we go home. So the first thing they told me to do was to lay down on my back for about 2 to 3 hours and just relax, and if I could sleep, to just sleep. So that was recommended. Then they said that in the evening time, if I was feeling okay, I could actually go for a walk, but to be very careful, and also not to play with any children, because obviously if you have children at home and you start playing with them, they might hurt your eye, like hit you by accident or something like that. So that was a big no. They said stay away from kids, stay away from showers, obviously, creams, any type of chemicals that could go into your eye, you know, to stay away from that. And to also they said that I was able to actually browse my phone at night and watch some TV. So that was pretty reassuring. That made me really happy, because I thought that I was just gonna be miserable. I couldn't see anything for a few days, but when they told me I could like watch TV that same night, I was like, what? Like, that made me really happy. So when I got home, obviously I just wanted to just go to bed. So I went to bed. I actually had to cover my face with like a t-shirt, but I was obviously very careful. So I put on t-shirt on my face and I go to sleep for 3 hours. So when I wake up, guys, that feeling when I woke up and I saw clearly with my eyes for the first time, and the sensitivity was gone. It was still like daytime and the window was right there, like the sun was hitting the room, but the sensitivity was gone. And I was like, hey mom, I'm hungry. And she's like, oh my god, you're awake. You know, she was very nervous too for me. My mom and my aunt, they were a bit nervous, but they knew I was doing the right thing and I knew I was doing the right thing. So having that surgery was by far like one of the best decisions. So I could see clearly. They told me to come back the next day at 8:30 a.m. to have the doctor take a look at my eye, and we go back the next day. Obviously I didn't shower, I just brushed my teeth, and I think I just cleaned my face just a little bit with a little bit of water, but that's it. I was pretty scared to like get anything in my eye, so I kept using those eye drops as well. So they did give me 2 types of eye drops. It says here on Google that patients may get 2 kinds of eye drops for post-op care: antibiotic eye drops and steroidal eye drops. The antibiotic eye drops are used to help prevent post-op infection of the eyes, and the steroid eye drops are used to help control and reduce post-op inflammation of the eyes. So yeah, I had to use those eye drops for 5 days after the surgery. Then they just told me to put them in the trash, and I was also given eye drops. I'm not given, sorry. I was also told to buy eye drops for dry eyes, and those eye drops I would have to use indefinitely. So the next day at 8:30 a.m. we get to the clinic. I'm already feeling way better. I sleep good. Of course, I was a bit nervous sleeping that night because they told me to be very careful to make sure I slept on my back and all that. They gave me a whole bunch of instructions, you know, like the main point of those all of those instructions was that I couldn't basically touch my eyes. I couldn't let anything get into my eyes, and to keep using the eye drops. So the next day I go back to the clinic at 8:30, and a different doctor sees me, and she asks me to read certain lines, and I read them all. And she says, hey, congratulations, you already got the results that we were aiming for. And that made me really happy. She said that she also looked at my eyes with like equipment, computers and all that, and she said that I can see that you're recovering very well, and that today you can already get into the shower. If like shampoo or anything gets in your eyes, make sure you don't rub them, make sure just you're very gentle and you just gently remove it with water. But other than that, you know, you can shower, you can do everything you want. Obviously I was told not to do any type of sports like contact type sports like boxing and all that, but I don't even do any kind of sports, so that was yeah, I didn't have to worry about that. I was told that I could already do like light sports type of thing, like yoga or running, which I was like, really, you think that's a good idea? I don't know, I was a bit scared. I was also told not to use any type of makeup around my eyes for about 3 weeks. Tomorrow is actually going to be 2 weeks since I got my surgery, so 1 more week to go and I am actually allowed to use makeup. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that just yet, but anyways, that was told by my doctor. And yeah, she actually congratulated me. She was very happy to see the results, that, you know, the result of the surgery. So anyways, that was my whole story. I am sorry this has been a very long video, I feel like, already. So anyways, I just wanted to share my story with you guys, and I just wanted to be as thorough as possible. Do I recommend this surgery? Do I recommend getting LASIK? Based on my experience, I am very happy that I had it done. Obviously I have my concerns about the future, about the health of my eyes, and I was told I was gonna have to take better care about my eyes, and obviously that is true. I feel like I kind of neglected my eyes for so long that now I am making up for it. So I do have to go in yearly to check my eyes, and I also have to use those eye drops every single day, the ones for dry eyes. But anyways, that's that. And then I just have to be very careful with my vision in the future, and I will just have to make sure to go see my doctor every time I am back home. So yeah, based on my experience, I do recommend it. Obviously everyone's body is different. My recovery process was pretty quick. Even like mentally, I got over it pretty quickly. I thought I was just gonna be super anxious all the time and all that, but you get used to it, you know. You like, now I know that I have to be careful with my eyes, so I'm not all crazy about it, but I also know like not to rub them, you know. So I know some people forget they had the surgery done and they start rubbing their eyes and all that. Like, that hasn't happened to me, thankfully. And for about a month I can't be like touching my eyes at all, so I am very extremely careful about what I do with my eyes, and when I wash my face, obviously when I shower. Like, yeah, I haven't had any type of like redness happening or anything like that in my eyes at all. Also, with the vision results, I am very happy because I can see better than I saw with my contacts. So that's a good result. I was also actually worried about the result because of how far my vision has gone, like how bad it has gotten recently. Well, how bad it had gotten, you know. So now I am very happy with the result, and I am just being very careful with my eyes. But I would recommend to get LASIK done as soon as possible, because obviously if you are nearing the 40 mark, you know, again, my doctor has said it many times that it is highly recommended to get it done before you're 40. So if you're waiting and you're approaching 40, I would suggest you go talk to your doctor as soon as possible. And also, I am not sure how the surgery is performed here in the United States or anywhere else in the world. Obviously I had the surgery performed in my home country, Kazakhstan. So I will leave the details of the clinic in the description box. I don't know if you guys ever want to check them out, you know, but I will just leave that just in case. And if you do have any questions for me, guys, you can leave them in the comment section below. I am sorry if this video was very long. So I am just really hoping this could help someone looking into getting the surgery. And if you are, just don't be scared. It's all gonna be okay. Just make sure you care for your eyes and make sure you follow the instructions that the doctor will give you. If you have had this surgery performed on you, I would love for you to share your results in the comment section as well, for all of us to read. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video.